Did you guys enjoy the music? Okay. We have a lot of things in store, but I'm going to save the best for the last. Because Mr. Jameson, he worked for airlines, and he stations in Florida. Right now they're expecting some hurricane or something. He was supposed to actually be at the airport at his station, but he is determined to come and perform in front of you. So Ms. Margaret asked that she would take him to the airport to go back to Florida, but he refused to do so. So right now he's on a conference call with them. Make sure all the things are intact. So we're going to give him a little time to finish out his conference. And at this time, I would like to have my children. Any mother would be love to show off their children. And this is me, wants to show off my children. And my children from the Smith State Prison Ensemble. They are my pride and joy. I put my heart and soul to these my children, and go for all of you guys. All of you guys, 1,600 children residing at Smith State Prison, you all my pride and joy. So, the reason I invite the people from outside, especially from Georgia Department of Correction, I want to build the bridge between you and the state. Some of the information newly developing that I do not know the answer. Some of the questions you would like to answer from the Georgia Department of Correction, they are here. So, you all can answer a question, and you can ask questions, they're going to have to answer because you guys are here. I'm very good at putting people on the spot. And, you know, I just did not invite you guys to show off how well we're doing here. I invite you guys over here for the purpose. So if any of my children ask you a question, I would love for you to give them an answer. If you don't have it now, you're going to go find out. You're going to hand me the answer later. So I'm not going to... take no for an answer, because that's not me. I don't take no for an answer for no one. So I'm going to get that answer, okay? All right. This time, we like to have about 2 minutes for them to be taking a break. And we're going to take this moment to have our consul from the Republic of Korea. He just recently arrived, replaced Consul Song, was here last year. And he went to Sam Police Academy. He is, I think, a year younger than Consul Song, who just left us. So he introduced to new replacement of Consul Chung probably 2 weeks ago, prior to day before he left from Atlanta, Georgia. So Consul, would you please come out, say hello to my children?
안녕하세요. This is how I'm doing in Korean. And I'm actually, speaking Korean is better for me, but I'll try to speak in English for you. Yes. My full name is Jung Hyun Won, but even my full name is, even Korean natives speak, pronoun perfect. So just call me Mr. Jung. And I'm working for, as she told you, the Korean Consulate General. When I'm back in my country, frankly speaking, I'm a police officer. Always protect my citizens, including you, all of you. Anyway, nice meeting you. I newly came here 2 weeks ago. I'm not familiar with everything. So anyway, there should be up and down. I'm positive there should be up and downs in life. So the most important thing is how to overcome those kind of things. So the song's title he performed, God still love you and me, and God bless you. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you all.
This year, I came up with a title, what is my ministry all about? So I put Korean Prison Ministry Evangelical Fellowship, because this is certainly a fellowship between Smith State Prison and Georgia Department of Correction. This is a fellowship, okay? So this is the new title that I have created for this event. So I hope that we, as Smith State Prison, my children, and the Georgia Department of Correction, we should have a continued fellowship. And hopefully my children will go home some days and meet them in the street. Some of my children went home and they're doing real well. And Mr. Evans knows some of the boy who left here, and Christopher Hayes and his brother Houston Hayes is here. And the one other Korean guy, he was a lifer. And he went home after 21 and a half years in incarceration. And currently he has enrolled to the Georgia Christian University. And he is going to seminary, going to school, and he's doing real well. So most of all the guys who left us here, I have continued the relationship with those guys and how they are and how their life has turned out. And most of everyone that I have touched in their life, and they are doing real well. But sometimes they have a hard time to find a job. So if the state can come up with some program for re-entry program for those guys who are left us here and been separate from society for longest of time, so I think we need to get some type of program to help these guys to re-entry to the society. And I'm begging you guys to do something about it, okay? Okay, Mr. Evans, come on up.
Thank you, Miss Kim. Good morning. Good morning. Good. You guys enjoying being in here this morning? Yes. I really was thrilled to see Christopher Hayes. Many of you guys will remember Christopher, who was here last year. He spoke Korean better than I speak English. And so I've been very interested in Christopher to find out what happens. As we share with you all the time, our goal is for you to one day go home. 95% of you will one day go home, and our goal is for you to go home and never come back. And part of that key is we believe three things can help change. I want to thank our minister who spoke a while ago. You were such a phenomenal teacher. Thank you so very much for your words from God's Word. But we know there's several keys to you being successful when you get back home. I believe education is one of those things that can help change a life. I believe your faith in God, your faith in your higher power is the second thing. But also how you think. And all of that can lead to gainful employment. So I was so delighted to find out that not only is Christopher home, he wrote me a letter a couple of months ago, and he talks about the struggle of reentry, because it's not always easy. But now that he's got a job, he's situated, and he's growing and being able to set those roots in a free land, we're so thrilled for that. I've been sharing a story on and off over the last few months, back from some old files of mine. I'm going to share it with you this morning, because I believe people can change from who they are today into being something more in the future. And I've often said that in 3 years' time, you want to know who you'll be. It will be dependent on two things. One, what you read, and two, the people that you hang around with. You hang around good people who build you up and help you become stronger in being a good human being or a good Christian or a good whatever you want to be. That helps. If you read good materials like the Bible or whatever type of inspirational material or motivational material, it can change your life. But I've been telling a story recently about somebody whose name that you may have heard. His name is Ben Carson. Have you heard the name Ben Carson? Who is Ben Carson? Okay, here are a couple of the right answers. They say he's a presidential candidate of the Republican Party. But he's one of America's most renowned and well-known physicians. He was on staff at Johns Hopkins Medical Center in Baltimore, Maryland. He was recognized for doing some amazing surgeries, including some cardiac surgeries, as well as doing a surgery to take apart two conjoined twins. And some years ago, Ben Carson wrote a book entitled Gifted Hands. And in that book, he recounts how his life changed along the way. See, when Ben Carson was in the 5th grade, he was not considered the smartest kid in school. As a matter of fact, he was considered the class dummy. His teacher had one row where she let all the rest of the children sat over here, but over on one row sat the children who were slower, who struggled more in school. And that would be Ben Carson. But Ben's mother wanted more for him. So what Ben's mom did is that she said, Ben, we're going to turn off the television and I want you to start reading 2 books a week. And after you've read each book, I want you to write a book report and give me that book report. So Ben Carson did as his mother asked. Little did he know that his mother could barely read those book reports that he was giving her. But she acted like she was reading and she would applaud him and say, good job. Well, by the time that Ben Carson was in the 7th grade, something amazing happened. Ben Carson was no longer considered the class dummy. He was considered the smartest kid in school. He said something happened in that 2-year period of time. When I was in the 5th grade, I thought of myself as not very smart. I didn't hang around very smart people, and I didn't make very smart decisions. But when I was in the 7th grade, I thought of myself as being smart. I hung around smarter people, and I made smarter decisions. See, that's been one of the reasons why we've been promoting reading over the last year, and we'll continue to promote reading, because that's one of the ways I believe that we can change. And see, I believe that sitting in this room today, just as last year Christopher Hayes was here, he's now doing something different. Hopefully he's hanging around smarter people. Hopefully he's making smarter decisions. And I believe that is the opportunity for every man in this room today. You can have a Ben Carson moment too. You can do things that change your life by impacting what goes into your mind and those decisions that you make. So we're looking forward to next year when we come back, Miss Kim. See, I knew I had to get up here. I wasn't going to eat any sweet and sour pork from Miss Kim unless I didn't say anything. Or we wasn't going to have any Wayne Dasher chicken. But we wish you the very best. And in the next year, there's some of you who are going to go back home. And we're going to be proud of you. We're going to be pulling for you. And if any of you want to do what Christopher Hayes did, you can write me a letter. You can write Mr. Ward a letter. You can write Mr. Dozier a letter. And say, hey, I'm struggling. I need somebody to help me find a job. But we don't have all the answers, but we do know a lot of people who are pulling for you. So thank you for the opportunity to be with you today, and God bless each and every one of you today. Thank you, Ms. Kim, for being here.
Mr. Ward, you haven't got away. Come on. Yes, come on. I told y'all, I saved for later.
Well, you'll see us do later. Listen, let's give Miss Kim and her. And Miss Kim, you can't put me on the spot. These are my guys also. Men, you need to realize something. We're in the middle of a cultural change in the Georgia Department of Correction. And it's going to be up to you to take advantage of it. Now, you look in the corner, you got all of our major executives in the Georgia Department of Correction here because our commissioner is pushing the culture change. And we realize something. If we want to still sit in that corner and be a part of the executive team, We got to be a part of that culture change. So, Miss Kim, you can't put me on the spot because we know what to do. Listen, take full advantage of today. Let the Spirit of God hit you today and take full advantage of it. We're here. You got any questions, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk to you. So God bless you.
Thank you. Some of you guys heard our brothers here, and some of you have not. They've been practicing so hard because I kept them here to 9 o'clock at night, almost 10 o'clock at night, every night for past 2 weeks. So they've been practicing. So, and I came in here at early afternoon. I don't go home till late at night. Like last night, I did not go home till 12 o'clock last night. So we're going to enjoy this music.
Come on, hand clap of praise. I ain't here. Come on. We just want to say thank you, God, because right now, man, we serve a God that's alive and that's not dead. And it's a blessing, man, for us even to be in this situation that we're in right now. Because some people that we knew are dead and gone. But God chose to spare our lives. Our lives. Yes, we're incarcerated, but we're not out. We're not out. We still have a chance to get it right. Because He lives. And I want you to know, whatever you're facing, don't let it overcome you. But you overcome it because He lives. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to hear. So I want y'all to put your hands together, understand and hear this song that Jesus lives.
star. But he sure found out the hard way that dreams don't always come true. Oh no, so he pawned all his hopes, and he used up his heart. He got a one-way ticket back to the life he once knew. Oh yes he did. He said he was. He's leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. Yeah. He said he's going back to find a simpler place and time. And I'm gonna be with him on that midnight train to Georgia. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'd rather live in this world than live without him in my life.
That's the best midnight train to Georgia. Wow. Sandra, you're welcome to come back next year. Missionary Kim, would you please come forward, please? Missionary Lwgmc Kim, please. We haven't heard all sort of music. We are rocking the house. I think we need to kind of calm you guys down a little bit, okay? And then I have this special messages in store for you. So we need to calm ourselves down a little bit and with the mellow music. And then she's going to play for us.
You know, I have really slave drive my Smith State Ensemble for the past 2 weeks. I mean, I wanted them going in there, and they just have to stay out here and practice. But I don't think they want to go in there. I think they'd rather be out here, but you know, it seemed like that they I almost like a force on them to practice, but everyone was willing hard to do so to perform in front of you guys. You know, also more is a glorifying His name only. So it's all the things that we are doing today here is for His glory. And brothers, you guys are here, and like I said before, next time when I see a bunch of group here, I hope to see brand new faces and you guys go home and be a productive citizen. So I know that some of the brothers that they're going home soon, and you know who they are. So for the security, I'm not going to announce their name, but you know who they are. So you pray for their journey back into society, and they be able to adapt to it, because they've been incarcerated for a long time, and sometimes they just kind of separate from the society, and they need a lot of things that they need to accomplish. So you all need to pray for those brothers who are going home soon, and bless them, and we'll give you a blessing so they can go home, and vice versa. When you guys here go home, we all be blessing you, every one of you as well. Okay. All right. Now, Smith State Ensemble. Come on out. And they're gonna show, and they're gonna rock the house for you. Okay?